There is some research that has come out not that long ago that talked about indicators for success, academic and other successes as we might define it in life. But the word is grit. Grit, G-R-I-T. And to be gritty, in the way that I'm using it, has to do with being persistent, has to do with being tenacious, has to do with not taking no for an answer, obviously not in an obnoxious way, but in terms of fighting through whatever barriers and continuing to work, continuing to develop. And so if we want successful students that become successful adults, we do want to find ways by which to encourage that grittiness. And as a related aside, and then I'll take comments and questions, Carol Dweck is a professor at Stanford University, and she's well known for this concept called the growth mindset. Oh, you gave it out? Oh, okay. So I like to reinforce things. So there's the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. And the people with the fixed mindset typically say, oh, I can't. Oh, I'm not good at. Oh, that's not me. And they sort of just stop right there. You're probably familiar with the idea of the elephant whose leg is tied with a very flimsy chain with a little peg in the ground. I saw some heads nodding. When an elephant is young, oftentimes they train the elephants to keep them from roaming as they get older. Let's say they're being trained for circus purposes or other usages, maybe in Africa for transportation, etc. They put this peg in the ground with a rope or a chain around its leg, and it's really, really hard for a baby elephant to pull this out of the ground, and it's actually impossible. And so they try and they try and they try, and eventually they realize that they can't. And so as the elephants get older, the chain and the peg remain the same, but the mindset remains the same. And so now an adult elephant that can rip the whole thing out of the ground and 5 others like it with ease continues to remain put because it developed a fixed mindset associated with its ability to get out of the chains, if you will, that it finds itself right now. So if we get our students to think in the terms of grit, in terms of growth mindset, but if students develop a fixed mindset, if they're not gritty by definition, if they're not prepared to go beyond their box, they may never go further. And so we do want to be in the business of encouraging.